Meagan and John from MCA here. Today we're going to talk about what you should consider for a generalist appetite. So we think about this as low complexity. So think, lawyers, dentists, offices, clothing boutiques, and even maybe some artisan and contractor type business. And what we want to talk through today is what's really important in this space. So if you go on the internet, you know what it's like to use Amazon and Google. There's instant gratification. This is also important in thinking about what your agent has experienced when they're on your platform. The user experience and price are critical. So price, obviously having a competitive, reasonable price up front is very important, and we'll touch more on that in subsequent videos, but also talking through how quickly and how easily can an agent use your platform. In terms of speed, we think about this from the ability of an agent to go in and get that quote, or even if you do refer to an underwriter, how quickly does the underwriter get back to an agent with a price? So John, how can a carrier evaluate their user experience relative to the market?
So there's a lot of things to consider, but really knowing what your position is in the market is really the first critical step here, and we'll talk more about that in later videos. But starting with third-party data, that's really a good lever to help you improve your user experience, because that allows you to pre-fill data in your system. It allows you to verify that the data you have is accurate, and that will help you compete against carriers that are also using that data. Oftentimes it's very hard to measure the impact of just speed or user experience, because it can be very subjective. What you're typically going to see if you go through a platform refresh or question set refresh to improve that speed, you're going to see your current agents perform better. They're going to be the ones that see the impact. Over time, you'll start seeing more and more engagement from different agents. So it takes time to really measure that, but it's also critical to make sure that you have that infrastructure in place to measure and monitor over time. Additionally, you need to make sure you have behavioral incentives in place that align with that new user experience. So Meagan, how would you consider additional behavioral experiences?
Yeah, I would say that communication is key for this. This is something where you can make the changes, but if no one knows, like John said, you're not going to see the uptick you want right off the bat. So making sure that you have a plan to communicate to your agents and measure this is critical. So it sounds like agency communication is really important in getting this out there when you're making a change. This isn't just something where you can make a change or revamp your platform and expect all of your users to feel it immediately. You need to have that plan for agency management. I think the other piece that's really important here, which we touched on and we'll get more into, is pricing and pricing segmentation. So we'll get more into that one in the next video.